What's up, everybody? Rex Extreme Wealth. Please don't mind the seasonal allergy, but I also want to show these. Yeah, found this at Target, surprisingly. I thought they were only exclusives, but Mr. Beast is branching out, I guess. Today's video. Wait. Today's video, we will be talking about Legends of Chima Season 2, about the Legend Beast. Now, here's the thing I discovered on Wikipedia. It said that all 8 Legend Beasts need to be rescued, yet, and even the show, but here's technically something wrong. It's actually 6 Legend Beasts that need rescuing because one was working with them before at the start. Was working with the 8 main heroes at the start of this season, and that was the Crocodile Beast, which showed up at the end of Chima, Season 1, Chima, Episode 20. And when it comes to the Eagle and the Bear episode, here's the thing. The Crocodile and the Eagle Legend Beast were the only 2 that did need saving. The only 6 were obviously the Gorilla, trapped in spider webbing, the Rhino, trapped in spider webbing, the Raven Beast through the Scorpion's mind control, the Bear on a giant rock seesaw trap, and 5, we have the Wolf Legend Beast, also just like the Raven, who was also mind controlled. She, of course, she was also mind controlled. And then finally, the Lion Legend Beast. That was the first Legend Beast to show up, and to save the Lion Beast needed to be rescued because of its fear of water. Trapped around a pond or a little lake or a pool of water inside a cave. So, let me explain why Crocky and the Eagle were never needed to be rescued. Well, for one, is how exactly the crocodile wouldn't need rescuing. 1, it's its thick armor, and 2, the swimming. When underwater, the scorpions wouldn't be able to sting it with a venom, even with its thick hide. Second, the bats can't swim underwater and are slower unless they can learn to use their wings to go faster. And 3, the spider's webbing would just easily not be sticky and would also dissipate. And if it was on its backside, the crocodile is basically immune to scorpion venom as long as it's on its front side. For the Eagle, it's kind of easy how the Eagle would be part of the fact of the no need to be rescued Legend Beasts or team Legend Beasts that don't need rescuing, because she is fast in the air, because the scorpions wouldn't be able to sting her because of her speed. The bats wouldn't be able to. She could outrace the bats, and the webbing projectiles from the scorpion's legs cannot really hit her if she's dodging very quickly. Speed and a thick hide. That's how the Eagle and Crocodile Legend Beasts are able to don't need a saving. Okay, yes, the Eagle Legend Beast eggs did. Not her in general. But I also discovered that it would actually make sense why Eris would be powered up by the Eagle Legend Beast, because she... Oh, wait, speaking of which, there was this YouTuber by the name of Deepak who played Legend of Lego Dimensions. He called Eris Iris, like Idris Elbas, and called her a guy. She's a girl. Everyone knows that. And here's the thing, though. She's actually my favorite character in the show, even though she doesn't get much time, and Laval is my second, technically. So when it comes to, say, Eagles get, like how the Rhino Beasts get, the male Rhino Beast, not the female, because the female are already smart, probably living in a canyon beside though their male counterparts like sons, brothers, uncles, nephews, and grandparents and fathers. Or I think I said fathers already. No, I probably didn't. Oh, whatever. And the rhino beast makes it so that male rhinos can be more smarter or brilliant. In one of the other rhinos' words, brilliant. And when it comes to the eagles, if you pay attention, it can increase their speed because eagles are, while most of the males are educated, to Eris, she's three things. Not only is she educated, but what explains her mostly, well, here's the third. Not in a bad way. No Chinese middle finger. The third is her educational, but the second and third, second right here would be her empathy, and first would be emotional and empathy. So that's basically 3 E's that makes an eagle powered up by the eagle legend beast. I mean, they're pretty much the most emotionally and nicest tribe in Legends of Chima, other than the lions and the gorillas. Although the gorillas did show their anger to Kragger and the Crocs when Kragger destroyed their mellow tree. And the rhinos basically being dumb, they just do anything for rocks. And ravens are neutral, especially. But a wolf would at least. I mean, raven's neutral when if it's in terms of price, if there's the right price, and basically wolves might be envious of the power that the lions possess with the chi, with the fact that they hold all the chi and share with other creatures, but what even Warriors loves Windra cares for them all. So okay, that's basically just pretty much rhinos and eagles, and even, well, I guess even bears were all right, unless, I mean, they weren't always awake when it comes to the ice bears. I mean, they technically would be awake if it's the ice bears and stuff. So basically, that's pretty much it. The eagles legend beast and the crocodile legend beast are the only 2 legend beasts that don't need saving in the season 2. Although, is it really a season? But then again, it kind of is, because even though it has a short amount of episodes between Into the Outlands, A Tangled Web, The Legend Thief, The Eagle and the Bear, The Tooth or Consequences, which has the wolf beast finally showing up, and finally This May Sting a Bit. So, yeah, pretty much it. Actually, I should show you something. I actually did a little fan art. You know, you've probably heard me do some Skylanders, so I guess I should probably switch out the whole going straight into the magic and just show you the characters that will show up in this little fan-made game that I patent. I don't own most of the characters, but of course, their abilities, their poses, their catchphrases will sort of be mine in a way. Well, some of their catchphrases won't be mine, but it is fan made. I patent it on. But here, I'll show you. Hold on, let me get them. Alright, here are the characters. We have Laval. So what happens with Laval? I feel like we already know what his element is, but I want to make him a hybrid element. So that means his secondary element is the fire element, because if he's going to be using fire chi, which would be one of his abilities or something, he could be able to walk on fire, swim through fire, and not even be affected by any hot temperature. Not even the blazing sun of a desert. Yes. So, my friends, here's Laval, who will be joining the light element, but he does pass as a fire element. Okay, pretty much any of these characters pass as a fire Skylander, but their major element is a little different. Here comes the crap. Okay, let me read it for you. Laval, warrior prince of the lion tribe, joins the... Let me try my best to graph this impression. Me. Laval, warrior prince of the Lion tribe, joins the Skylanders in stopping chaos and restoring the peace in the realms of Skylands. With the help from his best friends, Krager, Eris, and the rest of his friends, Skylands and all other universes will be in safe paws and claws. And here's the pose. Even did a little bit of a trail and some green and like 4 rocks. He is a member of the night class, and if you haven't noticed, he is a member of the night class, but I know there are some subclasses, which I will get into that later in like a new series of fusion names of my fan game. So basically, I had to work out very detailed with this guy. Like, I had to start off with the legs, then worked my way up to finally doing the head, but actually it was the sword that was last. Then we did this guy by working on his chest piece first. And this was... Oh yeah, let me at least tell you about this. This was actually this guy was the first one I've been doing before, during when I was in New York. 5% damage, armor percent age 8. He is a feline, so he has a little bit of speed, so 9%, 10% luck, 340% health. Now we get to the other character. Krager, his best friend, of course. And of course, he's standing on some rock-like thing. Rock. Yeah, that's basically a rock. In some muddy water. Muddy swamp water. After going through... Okay, that's just some red paint. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay, so after going through mind control and reconnecting his friendship with his best buddy, Laval, Krager, fellow royal prince of the Crocodile tribe, joins his friends in helping Skylands from being conquered by chaos. As Krager would say, it's time to croc evil's world. Although it's time, I actually made it so that, oh yeah, Laval's catchphrase, roaring thunder, and time to croc their world is his catchphrase, is Krager's catchphrase. Obviously, though, like Laval, who is a member who mostly joins in the light element, Krager joins in the water element. And great. So, if you haven't noticed, because of his major weapon being that of a bow staff-like thing, a double-bladed staff, he's a sentinel. Oh, but he has the same damage as Laval. Armor is a little bit 2 numbers up, so that's 10% because he's a croc. He's slower, a little slow. He's not as fast as Laval, but he's at least a little bit 1 number down. That's 8%. Luck, 9%. Oh, but his speed is, in terms of swimming, is 11. His health is more, so he's 345, like 5 numbers up from Laval. This guy was back when was during a time when I came back. So, damage, let's just stick with it. Damage is 10%, unlike Laval and Krager. Armor is 10%, because of his thick muscles. Speed is same like Krager, and luck as well as Krager. Healing is 20%, and his health is 348. This is Gorzan. Holding a flower and being his chest. It was like a little difficult to figure out the chest being part. But he has like 2 lavender-like roses, an actual rose, and 2 dandelions. 2 rocks there. And a bunch of 3 banana peels. A trio of 3 bananas. If you guys see what I mean. And his catchphrase is, ooh, I'm one with the mellow, dude. This groovy gorilla has swung into Skylands. With good vibes, Gorzan helps his friends and the Fusionaires be one with the Great Mellow and stop chaos. The Great Mellow being the Legend Beast. And if Chaos or any of his followers step on a pretty fat flower, this will make Gorzan not happy. I had to involve that. I had to. And of course, being groovy, he is a member of the light element, just like Laval is of the light element, because since he starts with an L. And Krager, a specialty, an experienced swimmer, experienced slash skilled swimmer of the water element, and now he's groovy and meditating one with his nature-like element. Now this guy would be better. So, this is a wolf, you may all know. He started becoming one of my favorite characters when he started becoming more good at the end of season 1 and being all good throughout the other 2 seasons. This is Juarez, holding the mother tooth of the legend wolf beast. Ruthless and cunning leader of the wolf pack slash tribe, who sometimes goes loose with the rules. Goes loose with rules. I should put the. Juarez helps. Okay, ruthless and cunning leader of the wolf pack slash tribe, who sometimes goes loose with rules. Yeah, it'll be the rules. Juarez helps Laval, Krager, Eris, and the rest of his friends protect the magical world of Skylanders, while using a recreated replica of the Mother Tooth from the Wolf Legend Beast. Juarez will light the way in Skyland's darkest moments. Before we continue on, I'll get onto that later. Damage is 5%, 8% armor. Sort of like Laval. 9% speed, same speed as Laval because he's a wolf. Charging speed is 20% because he'll go all fours. Luck is 8%, just like Krager. And health is 338. So, okay, let me show you what he does before I show you his major element. Here's what it looks like for his platform: a paw print, a bone, and rocks. And of course, I had to color the desert because that's where he lives in. And we'll talk more about the bases there. So, what element will he be? He's actually a tribrid. Granted, yes, all Legends of Chima characters will have fire. Well, some won't have the fire element, considering it was mostly shown. I mean, they use fire chi, but then again, if I were to make Shadow Wind slash Lavertus, he technically has not used fire chi yet, but he could probably. I mean, it showed in a Lego set, of course. So, anywho, he is a member of, surprisingly, the light element alongside the Val. Because he's always talking about the Mother Tooth will light our way through the dark. So, what is his catchphrase? Oh, darn, I just realized I forgot to put the E. You know why I did this? Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. With the arrows right here. Like, with the rules. Darn notification. Okay, so back to what I was saying. His catchphrase is, the power of the pack flows through me. Oh! Crouches, then jumps into the game. Oh! So that's basically 2 types of howlings. And with the replica, he'll... I should really talk about the design of the characters too. Anywho, let me show you the next character. So now we got 2 light characters, but now it's time to show the next character, who is also, shocker, a light element. But this guy barely seems... Get it? Barely. Because we got Bladvik with a pillow and sleeping on his pillow and also holding up a honeycomb. Just like the bear legend beast and his fellow bears, Bladvik, although he sleeps from time to time, is loyal through and through and will be a great help as long as everyone gets a good nap. Damage 5%. Armor 10% because of that thick hide, just like the crocodile and boy and gorilla. Yeah, I kind of did that with the gorilla. Yeah, gorilla. So when it comes to, say, Blavik, his armor is 10%, speed is 7 because he's a bear, 6 luck, 5% healing when he gives you honey, health 350, so he's a little bit higher than both Krager and Gorzan, of course. But, anywho, what would be his catchphrase, obviously? He yawns loudly, and then, and then he goes for another yawn and says, "The power of sleep." Literally, it's all about, like, he can cause others to go to sleep. Nope, take the way. Next up, granted, one of the 7 deadly sins, other than sloth like a bear from the bear tribe, we got the greed sin, and what animal does better with greed? Ravens, such as Razor. Razor, the prince of the Raven tribe, comes to Skylands to stop chaos, while also seeking profits. Hopefully he can still be trustworthy, yes? I had to. Damage 4%, armor 7%, speed 8, flight speed is 95%, 5% luck, health 328. So he's even lower than Wars. And of course, his catchphrase is "for glory and profits, my friend." And he's a member of the dark element. Okay, so this character I sort of messed up right here because I figured out that his chest plate is really more of a belly plate. And this character, with a better version of it, is none other than... Oh yeah, I also drew rocks there. That's part of the design. But the character is none other than Rogan. Rogan, the rhino, joins his best friends and his girlfriend, Eris the eagle, in helping protect Skylands with rhino strength and rhino speed. Even though he is not smart, he is loyal to his friends, his tribe, and more so his girlfriend. Damage is 10%. Armor is 20%. Because they have more thick hide than compared to compared to Gorzan and Bladvik. Speed 8%, but charging speed is 10% compared to Warriz's 20% of charging speed. Luck 5%, and he has more health, so he's the same as Bladvik. Bladvik, who has 350 health. This guy here has 355. And of course, his catchphrase is, I couldn't find a catchphrase for him, so I had to go with Rhino Power. And of course, his element is the Earth element. And also, look, he's out also flexing too. I had to make sure it was right. And of course, made his little crack in the ground too. Of course, be a brawler, and maybe a special new battle class that I'm going to talk about later on. But anywho, now that we've done the 7th, it's time for the last 8th. Reason why I want to do this character, these two characters like Rogan and this one, is because I wanted to save the best for last, but also wanted to get it done too. And I got these two on the last day of my birth month. And not only is it Rogan, but said girlfriend granted Rogan was, well, granted I did try to make a Rogan on the 30th, but had to do 31. Now the same one with him, Eris. So basically we got 3 light Skylanders in the form of 3 members of the 8 main tribes of Chima, Laval, Wars, and Bladvik. This time we have an air character. And of course it makes sense because it's Eris the eagle, waving high while also having her legs crossed. And of course wearing and she has those 2 red books, just like the library. Couldn't really tell what to put in, but oh well. She's obviously, like Laval's a knight, Krager is a sentinel. Gorzan's a brawler. Warriors would probably also be a... Oh, let me look at him again. Warriors would also be a knight. Bladvik a brawler. Razor is obviously going to be a knight as well because he carries that slicer. I should have added that actually. And of course, I didn't give you a full glimpse. Like, he's also standing on gold on metal that also has a little bit of brown rust on. And of course, brawler Rhino. And just like those guys, we got literally 3 brawler focus main brawlers. I mean, 3 characters who will focus on the brawlers, 2 of the knight, 1 sentinel. Well, no, technically 3 of the knight, 3 brawlers, 1 sentinel. We have now Eris the Smasher, which makes sense with her Eglaxor. Eris soars in to aid her friends and the Skylanders to stop Chaos and his Legion of Doom. Smart and loyal, Eris and her friends will prevail. I had to rhyme. Damage is 5%, armor is 8%, speed 9%. Unlike Razor, she's more faster, so that's 100%. 7% luck, lucky number 7. And health, 343, above Razor. Actually, well, let me check again with Warzone. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Higher than Laval and Warriors. But even low. But more higher than Razor, who was 328. So that's Eris for you. And of course, her catchphrase is going to be Soaring to Victory. Okay, so let's see. I'll just... And this is what I did for Laval's name. Lion tail, sword of the V, A is his eyes, L his hair. The second L is his hair. Krager. I'll just show you what it looks like. You can see the teeth, some of the claws, and even the spikes. And the second G and the first G are to represent his eyes. The second G being his left eye. Gorzan, 3 of his letters are literally bananas. One's a drum, and vine, and flower. The A's the flower, the Z's a vine. 3, the G, R, and N are bananas, and the drum and the bongo drum for the O. Warriors for the W right there. The moon for the O. R would be red, but with also his claws. And did the wolf legend beast tooth right there. And a tail for the Z. Bladvik, 1, his right ear there. Up to the eye. This is the only character who's has only pretty much all the layers the same color, and this one right here is pretty much like dreams, like a dream bubble. For Razor, granted I should, oh yeah, I did do the purple hand. For Razor, for Razor, I did his right, his right wing, gold, a Z to represent his mask, A is the metal that he sometimes sits on, and the R is shaped like his hooked hand. As for Rogon, sort of like Laval and Krager, the R has a 1 right ear, the tail, and 2 horns, a boulder for 2 boulders as O's, another rhino tail, and another rhino horn. Right there for the G in the end. And finally for Eris, just like Razor, right eagle wing, Pretty much just did the Talons with blue color suits, and of course, since she's the one who first got the fire tree chi outside of the Phoenix tribe, she gets the fire chi in her name for the eye. So, anywho, that is pretty much it of my little discussion of the legends of the two legend beasts that are actually safe, didn't need to be rescued at all, and showing you the Skylander forms of Laval all the way to Eris. Of course, I wanted to say Eris for last, since she is pretty much my favorite, considering she's also the one who, like I said before, got the first fire chi outside of the Phoenix tribe, and was the one being given visions. I mean, it feels like that way since Eris hasn't gotten a lot of attention. Like, it's mostly focused on Laval. Then it focused on all of them, and now it's just Eris mostly. And yeah, finally, good to see that show again. And I'm glad I got 3 of the movies. Still need 1 more. Yeah, technically, I still need 3 more. I mean, 1 more at least. And that involves the second half of the season of the Fire Chi. And I can't wait to get it when I can. But I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.